What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com.
Here are my DFS picks for MLB Sunday, April 18th.
These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button
And hit that bell icon.
so you don't miss our new videos.
In this video, I'm going to go over my top DFS picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have an 8-game slate today, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. I found a lot of good value on this slate, so I'm going to pay up for Garrett Cole with an 11% pitching advantage over a low salary batting team, the Tampa Bay Rays. Garrett Cole pitches his best ball versus lefty batters. He's only giving up a .405 OPS versus lefties, and he's facing 5 lefties here today. On top of that, the Rays have only hit 26 of his last 131 pitches. That's a 198 batting average and a huge sample size. Garrett Cole is $11,000 FanDuel salary and $600 less on DraftKings. He's got an ERA of 1.47, record of 2-0 on the season, pitching an average of 97 pitches per game. He's projected at 34.9 fantasy points, and he's averaged 51 fantasy points so far this season, and he scored 49, 70, and 34 fantasy points in his last 3 games. So I like Garrett Cole here versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Okay, let's take a look at the first base position. I like Jesus Aguilar with a 36% batting advantage over Alex Wood. Jesus Aguilar bats 8% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .874 OPS versus lefties. And Alex Wood throws his worst ball by far to righty batters, 28% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .057 OPS versus righties. Aguilar is 0 for 1 versus Wood, but he's only $2,700 FanDuel salary and $700 more on DraftKings, projected at 10.7 fantasy points, and he's averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season, and he scored 19, 3, and 3 fantasy points in his last 3 games. So I like Jesus Aguilar here versus Alex Wood.
Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching.
If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal,
All you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won.
and then we'll send you $100 PayPal.
So it's that easy.
And we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video.
So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you.
Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. I like Whit Merrifield with a 24% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Robbie Ray. Whit Merrifield bats 25% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a 1.035 OPS versus lefties. And Robbie Ray is giving up a .817 OPS versus righties. Whit Merrifield is 1 for 3, batting a .333 batting average and a .666 OPS versus Ray. He's $3,900 FanDuel salary and $1,500 more on DraftKings, projected at 10.7 fantasy points, and he's averaging 14 fantasy points per game on the season, and he scored 3, 6, and 10 fantasy points in the last 3 games. So I like Whit Merrifield here versus Robbie Ray. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. I like Colin Moran with a 33% batting advantage over Freddie Peralta. Colin Moran bats 26% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .902 OPS versus righties. And Freddie Peralta, he throws his worst ball versus lefty batters, giving up a .669 OPS versus lefties. I like this pick because Colin Moran is 3 for 6, batting .500 with a 1.071 OPS versus Peralta. And he's only $2,800 FanDuel salary and $900 more on DraftKings. Projected at 10.4 fantasy points, and he's averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 0, 22, and 12 fantasy points in the last 3 games. So I like Colin Moran here versus Freddie Peralta. Okay, let's take a look at the shortstop position. I like Didi Gregorius with a 25% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, John Gant. Didi Gregorius is batting 10% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .838 OPS versus righties. And John Gant, he pitches his worst ball versus lefty batters, 15% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .651 OPS versus lefties. There's no at-bats versus Gant yet, but Didi Gregorius is $2,900 FanDuel salary and $1,700 more on DraftKings. Projected at 10 fantasy points here tonight. He's averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season, and he scored 16 and 6 fantasy points in his last 2 games. So I like Didi Gregorius here versus John Gant.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, moving on to the outfield position. I like Charlie Culberson with a 55% batting advantage over John Means. Charlie Culberson, he's batting 44% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a 1.346 OPS versus lefties. And John Means, he throws his worst ball versus righty batters, 11% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .682 OPS versus righties. There's no at-bats versus Means yet, but Charlie Culberson is only $2,500 FanDuel salary, and he's $1,800 more on DraftKings. Projected at 8.1 fantasy points, and he's averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 0, 22, and 9 fantasy points in the last 3 games. So I like Charlie Culberson here versus John Means.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video, or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.